Today's video is a bit different. I am not talking about nutrition or gut health or weight loss. I am actually going to speak about my amazing adventurous experience of summiting Mount Yunam. So the Yunam Peak stands tall at 6,111 meters in the Himalayas, and I had the pleasure of summiting this mountain in the month of August. So it's a journey, it's an experience. And trust me when I say this, I never thought I would be able to do something like this. It serves an inspiration to anyone and everyone who's ever dreamed big. So let's dive right into the video and see how my experience was. Hi guys, I'm in Dubai and very soon I'm flying to Pune and then to Chandigarh on this amazing trip that I have taken on to climb the Mount Yunam. And I am so excited for you to be joining this journey of mine. So let's see what happens and wish me all the best. Today is day one of the trip. We are in the flight and we are flying from Pune to Chandigarh. From Chandigarh, we are traveling to Manali by road. In Manali, we've just arrived at this beautiful property. The name is Up North and it's so beautiful. The views are just amazing.
Ancient temples in Nagar, since we are short of time today,
so we've just decided to take a short walk to the town of Nagar and we have just reached this beautiful temple. The view is amazing, the hike was amazing, and that's why we decided to take a group photograph. And we'll shortly head back to our hotel to conclude the day. This is the most exciting part of this place that we're living in, the apple trees. Basically, it's an apple forest. And let's go and have some chai now. So today is day 2, and as you can see behind we have amazing clouds, and today we are driving to Kelong, which is 3,000 meters elevation, and let's see how the day begins.
Good pair of shoes. इन्हीं के साथ आप समिट तक जाने।
We're having a briefing now so that everyone is safe and healthy in the mountains at high altitude. We are on our way to Kelong. We are in Kelong. We are doing a acclimatization hike and the elevation is almost 3,000 meters and it's going to be a fun and an exciting hike. Guys, Kelong is a very cute and a beautiful little town in the foothills of Himalayas, of course. And we've just met 2 cyclists who are touring the entire country on bicycles. Let's go and have a conversation with them.
11 से भारत यात्रा कर रहे हो? हाँ, ग्रेट यार। तुम दोनों ही हो? मेरा 18 नंबर स्टेट है। हाँ, 18वां। तो ये 11, ये 18, ये कैसे हुआ? मैं जनवरी में निकला था। अकेले निकले थे? ये गाड़ी। बेस्ट ऑफ लक आपको। ग्रेट। आपका क्या नाम? देव सिंह। आपका?
मुन्ना, देव सिंह और मुन्ना, all the best.
देव सिंह और मुन्ना के लिए 3 cheers for repeat.
Hooray! So, acclimatization walks are done to make you acclimatized to high altitude. Otherwise, you have side effects like nausea, headaches, and the goal is to be active and the goal is to gain altitude gradually. That's why these walks are very important and that's why we're doing them, and it is going great, you guys. So we're at the top of the mountain that we were hiking, and there's a beautiful monastery as you can see behind me. This is called the Shisu Monastery, and we have hiked for 300 meters above. So it was good. It was challenging but very good. And now I think it started raining, so we have to head back quickly. Guys, this monastery is so peaceful, and after the hike, everyone just sat here and we just meditated for 5 minutes, and it was bliss. It's my recommendation whenever you come to the mountains, always and always do visit a monastery. It's the best experience of today. We are on our way to Zingzing Bar, which is at an elevation of 4,500 meters. And on our way, we stopped at this beautiful lake. It's small and tiny, but so perfect and it's so amazing. And behind me, there are mountains. You can see clouds, so it's a very pleasant day. Look at these cuties! Cuties from the mountains. Hi guys, so we've reached Zingzing Bar, which is at an elevation of 4,100 meters. And as you can see behind me, there's a stream, and we are surrounded by mountains and clouds, of course. And we're going to live in tents tonight onwards, and I'm super excited because I've never lived in a tent before. And you can now feel the altitude because even the slightest movement is a bit difficult and you feel breathless. And I think this trip or this expedition is teaching me a lot, expanding my boundaries. You can see the tents behind us. That's the tent, the blue ones. That's the ones we're going to sleep in tonight. So let's see. And now we're going for an acclimatization hike again. So we are on our acclimatization walk. We're at Zingzing Bar. Very good morning, guys. I've just woken up and today is day 4. And yesterday was a bit challenging because A, I had never slept in a tent before, and B, the weather was cold. It was like super cold. It was raining, and we did an acclimatization hike as you saw yesterday. So it was a bit challenging because I had a backpack with me and I filled it with lots of stuff. So it was anywhere between 8 to 9 kgs, 7 to 9 kgs, easy. But it's good because I like getting out of my comfort zone, and this trip is providing just that. So today's day 4. We're finally going to our base camp, which is Bharatpur. And I'm super excited for what these next few days has in store for us. And that's the tent that I slept in, the blue one. But this is so beautiful. Like today we are blessed with sunlight. Otherwise yesterday it was just clouds and rain, and it did not make it any easier. But it was a very nice experience. Everyone enjoyed, and let's see what happens today. So we're on our way to the Nupuur base camp, and we've stopped at Suraj Lake, and they say that whatever you wish for in this lake comes true. So I have made a wish, and when it comes true, If it comes true, I will let you guys know. But as of now, we are en route the base camp, and everyone's energetic. It's perfect. The view is just amazing. So en route Bharatpur base camp, we've taken a break at 4,850 meters at Varalachla Pass, and it's a beautiful pass. As you can see, there are some bikers all stopped and paused to take a break. And the next stop for us is going to be Bharatpur base camp. So I'm reporting from Varalachla Pass, 4,850 meters of altitude. We are now at Bharatpur base camp, and today we don't have much planned, just a short walk. And as you can see, the tent behind us is amazing. It's surrounded by mountains. And tomorrow we are going to the summit camp. So we're going to set up a camp in between the summit and this camp so that the summit becomes easier. So we're just going to go drop our stuff and come back to the base camp. And then day after tomorrow, we are going to start hiking from the base camp to the summit camp, spend a few hours there, and then take a summit push. So that's the update until now. Hello everyone. Today's day 5 and I could not shoot a lot of content yesterday because I had altitude sickness. A massive headache actually, but thankfully I've recovered. Couldn't sleep much. This morning was a rush because we're actually going to a higher camp, the summit camp, the camp from which we're going to take the summit push. So as you can see behind me, I'm carrying all my stuff that I need for the summit so that tomorrow we're going to go there again, so that tomorrow I don't have to carry everything. Back there is the base camp where we started, and we're going somewhere there. I believe you can see some people have already reached. So it's going well. No headache today. Energy levels are perfect, and I will update you what happens next. पहाड़ों के बीच गर्मा गर्म दाल चावल खा रहे हैं हम. So we are finally at the summit camp. Those are our tents, and our stuff is going to be in that tent tonight, and we are going back to base camp, and it is a very beautiful sight. So currently we're at an elevation of 5,170 meters, and that's the peak behind me. If you guys can see, that's 6,000 meters. That's the one that we have to summit. So good luck to me. So right now we're going back to base camp, and tomorrow we'll come back here and we are going to stay. Tomorrow night is going to be, we're going to stay here at the summit camp behind me. Today is day 6 and we're at the advanced camp, summit camp, and that back there is the peak that we are going to climb tonight, probably at 12 a.m. Energy levels are high, and I will keep you guys posted. I hope you've enjoyed my journey so far. I've just realized that the initial few days were a bit easier than the actual summit, and of course, a few days prior. But while I was experiencing all those challenging events one after the other, for example, I had never lived in a tent before or adjusting to the cold, what I realized is how much I can break my barrier, expand my horizons, and this is the biggest learning, the biggest takeaway from this trip. And I think the most interesting part is now when you'll see how difficult it became for me to even speak at the summit. And to be honest, when I was on top of the mountain, when I summited it, all I wanted was to go down. And the worst part is when you're climbing the mountain, when you're climbing, you don't think about coming down. And that's what happened with me. When I summited, I did not have a sense of achievement because I knew that I have to go all the way down. And just the thought of that was so mentally tiring. So this was also one of my other biggest takeaways, that whenever you start something and whenever you go one way, you always have to think about coming back. So let's see what happens next.
चलो चलो guys, चलो
So today is day 7 of the expedition, and I have successfully summited the Yunam Peak. The elevation is 6,100 meters, and I'm very happy and I'm so proud of myself because it was not easy. It was much more difficult than I thought, and I'm happy. Good morning. Today is day 8, and yesterday was summit day, which I successfully completed. And today we are leaving for the base camp, which is Bharatpur, and back to Manali. And tomorrow I will leave for Pune. So probably by the time you see this video, I'll be in Dubai. But all in all, the experience was great, and you can see the summit behind.
One very important detail I learned about myself was living this luxury life in Dubai. You get used to the conveniences, and I was so worried about how will I adjust to the tents and the food and the conditions there, the harsh conditions. But there's something about the human body that it adapts so quickly, and I was so happy to see that I am not used to luxury or conveniences because I was successful in summiting the mountain. But at the same time, I enjoyed each and every bit of it. I enjoyed sleeping in the tent. I enjoyed the sleeping bag. I enjoyed the yummy, healthy food they cooked for us. So I'm very thankful that I had this experience. And at the same time, I got to know a lot about myself through this expedition. The best part was the nature. Living in Dubai, we all know that Dubai is a desert, and living in Dubai, the only thing I miss about India is the nature. Of course, I miss my family too. But being in the nature of the Himalayas has some magic to it. It is so magical, and I think everyone should experience it at least once in their life. Just being in so much nature does so much good for your body and mind, and I could firsthand experience it. A very important detail would be that when we started this journey in Chandigarh, we were 21 people. And there were only 3 women, so me and 2 other women, and only 9 people could reach the summit. And I don't know, it feels very unreal, but I was the only woman to reach the summit. So it's scary to me because I don't know how I did it, but at the same time, I'm also so proud of myself that I did it. If I have to tell you about my secret of how I did it, it all comes down to your mental strength, because your body is the slave of your mind. And in your mind, if you know, or if you tell yourself that you can do it, no matter what, you're just not gonna give up, then you can just do it, you know. It sounds easy, it's not that easy, but it all comes down to mental strength. I couldn't have done this without my coach. My coach, his name is Mr. Jitendra Gaware. He's a very experienced mountaineer. He has a record of climbing 3 8,000 meter mountains in one season, and he's the only Indian to have that record. He is the greatest coach, and he is very inspiring, and I am so blessed to have someone like him in my life to guide me through this very excruciating and very exciting journey that I decided to go on, and I couldn't be happier.